Welcome back to another week of Instigating with Clarkey and Drury, brought to you by Larry Hudson's Chevrolet Buick GMC here in Listowel. Of course, our friends at the Listowel Squash Courts. I'm back. Clarkey, do you think I've got a little bit of a tan? Like, what do you think? I don't know.
Yeah. Your nose is a little red.
Oh,
little burnt nose.
I got pretty sun-kissed poolside in the Dominican. The foam party really did me in. I got cooked that day. We are very pleased to be joined by our great friend, pro golfer and golf instructor at the Ian Doig Golf Academy, our buddy Ian Doig. Doigie, how are you? You're down south of the border as well.
I am. Good to be here as always, guys. And you're catching me on my drive down to eventually Florida, but we're going to spend a few days in Pinehurst, North Carolina, play a bit of golf and visit with some friends while we're here.
Nice. Now there's a famous course there, Pinehurst. What is it, number 2? Is that you're not playing that though?
I'm not playing Pinehurst number 2. I have a very, very good friend of mine by the name of Pat McGowan, who was Rookie of the Year on the PGA Tour in 1978. We've been friends for 40 years, and he and his family own Mid Pines, Pine Needles, and Southern Pines golf courses here in Pinehurst. So tomorrow morning we're playing Mid Pines, which is a great Donald Ross golf course, just been redone. And then we're on Saturday we're playing Pine Needles, and Pine Needles has hosted 3 U.S. Women's Opens. It's absolutely spectacular. In my opinion, I actually like it more than number 2.
There we go.
Wow,
nice. Sounds fun. And are you going down to Florida to participate in any qualifiers or anything, or are you just going to have some fun?
I'm going to train and practice because when I do come home, I have a couple qualifiers that I am going to play in early May. But this month is more about with all the health stuff that we went through. It's been over a year since I've had a trip, which is very unusual for me, and I haven't been down south since in a year. So we're gonna lay by the pool, go to the beach, hang out, have some cocktails, and I'll practice a little bit and play a little bit. But this is more about a vacation for Chuggy and I.
Nice. Well, very good. We had the pleasure, my girlfriend Sue and I, spend the weekend with Ian and Chuggy at Sue's house, and it was a great catching up again. And you look good. I mean, never know all the wires and everything in your chest, but you're looking good.
Yeah, you know what? And I'm getting there. I'm feeling better all the time and starting to get some energy back. Working out again, and a few weeks ago they gave me the full-on go swing as hard as you want. So been working on my speed, and I got my driver club head speed back up around 102, 103. So I'm getting there. So pretty pleased.
Sounds good.
Yeah, about 30 miles per hour quicker than Clarkey can bring the club head down. That's
probably.
Great.
I'm not going to dispute that.
Yeah, Doigie, I'm excited that you're on, man, because as we record this on Thursday, March 30th, by the way, which is Major League Baseball opening day, currently sitting here watching the Blue Jays in St. Louis. We're a week and just shy of a half away from the one and only, the Masters, the pursuit of the green jacket. It's going to be incredible. Before we get to that, though, and of course, we're going to make some picks. We got to make picks because you're on the show. We got to have some picks with Doigie. Valero Texas Open going on this week, though, and there's a spot open. Somebody is going to get themselves a spot in the vaunted tournament, of course, at Augusta. Who do you like? I mean, who maybe has a good chance at the Valero Texas? We know Corey Connors is going down there again, a past champion, but he's already in. Who do you like for the Valero Texas? Because it's an underrated tournament.
Yeah, it is. So I think there's going to be a sleeper come out of the pack. I'll be very honest. I haven't looked at the leaderboard for today, really. My sentimental guy that I'd like to see do something would be, a Mackenzie Hughes or something. Or no, Mackenzie might already be in, isn't he? Yeah. So any of the Canadians that aren't in, obviously. And I have a kid on one of my teams in the pools that I get in by the name of Eckroad. And I think he started out okay today. He played well last week, and I'd like to see him kind of pull something out of the hat and get it done. So that would be kind of fun. He's a rookie. He's just getting started. So who knows?
As I look at it right now, again, recording this on the Thursday, so opening day, tied at the top of the leaderboard, Mr. Kuchar and Harrington, the Irish golfer, both 4 under on the day. Garrick Hago had a good day. Nick Taylor right there. at 3 under, so he's tied for second. That's hey, we got some Canadian content in there, Doigie.
We do, but I got to pull for Patty. I mean, come on.
Yeah. How old is he now?
Right? He's 52.
Wow.
Yes, he is. That's what he's listed here.
And Ryan, I told Doigie on the weekend that I've gone back to my roots in golf when I used to use an orange golf ball. I now love the red golf ball, and I used it in the down in Dominican when I went, and I could see it so much better. So why not use it, right? Doigie just shook his head, like, "What are you doing? What's the matter with why? Like, come on, what's the matter with it?"
Well, you know what? I get it. If you can see it better, go for it and everything else. But I'm such a traditionalist.
I know you are.
I mean, let's put white golf balls in play, guys. I mean, come on, really? A red golf ball?
I guess if I put it in play all the time, it wouldn't matter. Yeah.
We playing polka dot golf balls.
There is polka dot.
If somebody comes to me, a manufacturer comes to me, or Titleist comes to me, that's who gives me my golf balls and says, "Doigie, we want you to play a black golf ball, but you're going to shoot 66 every time you play." It's going in the lineup pretty quickly.
That's right.
So
there you go.
Yeah. Yep. So
if it helps your game, Clarkey,
that's
go
right.
ahead.
Yeah, right.
Play your Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer golf ball, and I mean, best of luck to you. Maybe you get an early Christmas gift, little hole in one with that on a par 3. Good for you.
Yes, exactly. Let's talk about the Masters.
Okay, hold on. I don't know if I'm allowed to do this or not, but we were just joined in the vehicle here by my wife, Chuggy. So I'm going to let her say hi. So
hello, Chuggy.
Hello.
Does she want to get in our pool? Does she want to get in our pool, or is she not prepared?
You want to be in the draft? No, she doesn't want to be in the draft.
Okay, no problem.
She's been a great navigator today all the way down here, but I actually let her drive for a little while, and I took a bit of a nap and and did a bit of research into who's playing in the Masters. So just to be prepared for my picks. So
awesome.
Lad.
How many are we going to pick?
I don't know. Let's just do 3 each. What do you
say?
Let's
4.
You want to do a healthy 4-pack?
4.
Yeah.
Okay.
4. I think 4.
I'll give you a healthy 4-pack.
Ian,
I'm fine with that.
I don't know if you heard the last show. We're not doing this money board stuff. It's only scores.
Yeah, we're doing scores.
It's just scores. No money board. It's scores. Okay. You add up the 4 scores of your 4 players. Now, here's the deal, though.
Yeah.
You got to be careful because it's almost better to not make the cut if a guy's going to be like 20 over. But that's the breaks, right? So,
but if you hold on, if you're going by scores, if you have a guy that misses the cut, you're out. Your team's out.
You're not out if you miss the cut.
Well, you have to be.
Why?
Well, because you don't have a full team.
This is a good discussion.
So say all 4 of my guys make the cut and 2 of yours miss the cut, you're going to have a lower total than me.
Well, I mean,
not necessarily, because you're going to count their score.
Yes, we're going to count. We're going to count all the.
But they won't have a score for Saturday or Sunday, and I will.
Correct. So your guys better play well on Saturday or Sunday.
It'll be fine.
How do you get around that? We're not doing money board. We're not going there.
We do money.
No, we're not.
Everything we do is always by money.
No.
When you go look at the PGA.
Yeah,
when you go look at the PGA Tour, what do you look at? The money list. When you go to the Champions Tour, what do you look at? The money list.
We're not doing it. We're not doing
it. I want to look at the FedEx Cup
if you pick the winner, you're going to win for sure, and that's not the way it should work.
Here's why this is a non-issue, though, guys. Here's why this is a non-issue, because we're such golf experts that we're all going to pick 4 guys that are there on Sunday anyway.
Well, we should for sure. And here's the other thing. Okay, we're going to pick 4 guys. Let's say at least 3 have to make the cut. Okay.
Sure.
3 have to make the cut.
So you pick 4 and the top 3 players on your team. Those are the scores that count.
I'm fine by that.
We can do that.
You get to throw one guy out. Okay, done.
Love it.
Okay.
Done. And I'm the guest, so I get to pick first.
Are we going to get right into it? Do we want to discuss things as we go, or
should we do the picks, or should we maybe analyze the tournament a little bit?
That's what I'm saying.
There's plenty of storylines.
Doigie doesn't like doing that because he's going to give up secrets. So why don't we do the picks first?
No. There's no.
I don't want to give up my secrets.
See?
Oh, there's all kinds of secrets.
Yeah, there's all kinds.
Also,
let's do the draft first.
Okay, fine.
So why don't we run through first? We'll each pick one, and then we'll discuss a little bit, and then we'll pick the next one. We'll
discuss as we go.
I don't hate that. I don't hate that.
All right. So
you're
I'm the guest, so I get to number 1. I'm going to go way out on a limb. I have a hunch
for number
big
one.
Time hunch on this. For my number one pick, this is a hunch that I'm going with. He's been playing pretty well lately. He's driving it well. He's putting well. I think his frame of mind is in the right place. And the last thing he wants to do is have a live player win the Masters.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going with Rory McIlroy.
Rory. Okay. Well, it's not really going out on a limb, I don't think.
No, it's not. Oh, I thought it was.
I don't think so.
Rory, you don't have to go on a limb.
How can you go out on a limb and pick Rory? Whatever.
I want to say that because I lost the last pick off between you and I, Clarkey, I'm going to just go ahead and take the second pick, if you don't mind.
Go ahead. Whatever.
Okay. And we won't do a snake here because there's only three of us. We'll just go down to you, right back to Doigy and down. Okay.
We're doing a snake.
Okay, fine.
No,
if you want,
we've already,
Yep,
Doigy and I had a discussion about this afternoon.
All right.
Yeah, we'll do the
then
snake.
I'm not going to waste any time. He's had a bit of a shaky start, but I believe in the big moments, he will eventually show up for me, and I will be taking my guy, Colin Morikawa.
I knew it.
How come I knew that was coming out?
I know. He picked him first last time, too, and he didn't win, so whatever.
He fell apart on Sunday. He really, really did.
Okay,
Clarkey?
I'm really excited about this. I get 2 picks in a row, and the hottest golfer in the world is available.
Congrats.
So I'm picking Scotty Scheffler with my first pick. Okay.
That's a good pick. Defending champion, though, a lot of pressure. Has to host the dinner this week.
Yeah.
There's a lot going on.
He gets to pick the menu, right? You pick the menu.
Yeah.
And
he's doing sliders.
He's doing sliders.
He's doing sliders and pretty simple, actually. Pretty simple menu. I was quite surprised. Some of them get very elaborate. I think Fall the one year had haggis. And I don't think too many of the guys were too keen on that. The thing about it is the dinner that you always have the opportunity to just order off the menu as well, off the Augusta menu. So if you don't like what they're serving up, you just order off the menu. So
okay, very good.
Yeah.
Okay, number 2. I'm thrilled. I'm going to get like John Rahm, number 2.
Yeah, another great pick.
Boy,
there you are.
We're third and fourth pick to get those 2 guys.
Yeah.
I'm absolutely thrilled.
Yeah.
All right, Rory, you're next.
I'm not even going to hesitate. I love the way this guy's playing golf right now. He's always involved, and I think that his game really suits
It's
Augusta.
the same guy
I
again.
think
Here we go.
I might shock you. I love Max Homa.
Oh, okay. You did shock me there. Max Homa.
That's a good pick. That's a good pick.
I like Max a lot, and I will be taking him with my second pick.
Okay. Ian, 2 to you.
All right, 2 to me. So this one might surprise you a little bit, but he's been playing very well of late. As a matter of fact, last week he played extremely well. I'm going to go with Cameron Young.
He's playing just as well as anybody, man. His wedge play is ridiculous, Doigy.
He's a great putter, and I think he's due to win, right? And not too many times do they make their first win a major, but this might be the time. He's playing that well. He drives it long. He wedges it good. He putts good. You know what? And he's peaking. He's really coming into form. So that I'm going to go with
Cam Young, number 2. Your number 3 pick.
My number 3 pick. You know what? Maybe a little off the board, but he's played well here in the past, and he just seems to rise to the occasion. And I'm going to go with Hideki Matsuyama.
Oh God, that's a good one. That's a good one. I like Hideki a lot.
Yeah.
There you go.
Okay. So you got Rory, Cam Young, and Matsuyama. And Ryan's up. Morikawa and Homa so far.
Yes, and I'm going to take another H name, a guy who is also continuing to play very, very well. And I think this guy is due for a win himself. He's always in the mix. And the biggest thing that I like about this guy is Sunday this year is his strongest day. I love Tyrrell Hatton.
That would surprise me.
That's a pretty good pick, but I just don't think he has the demeanor to get it done at Augusta.
Oh, interesting.
Well,
Interesting.
Yeah, he gets too angry at himself, and you get funny bounces at Augusta and stuff like that. And he just, you know what? In Australia, when you're playing down there and you're having a bad day, they call, the head comes off, and he's walking around with the head under his armpit there. That's going to be Terrell Hatton.
Okay,
we'll
watch for
the
that.
head will come off.
That's good. We'll watch for that.
I admit I'm taking a risk, but I really like how this guy plays on Saturdays and Sundays, especially to start this year. He's been very, very strong, and he's under every single Saturday and Sunday that he's played this year. Clarkey, your
my final two picks. Okay, yes. I was worried here because when Doig picked Cam Young, I thought, oh, my guy's gone. He's not gone. Cam Smith is my third pick.
Yeah,
finally live one.
We finally had a live player taken. We knew it was going to happen. It was just
Chuggy was
right?
quick on that one. Yeah.
Yeah.
And fourth, I got to go with the local hero, Corey Connors, number 4.
Yeah, I like it. I like it. Although he hasn't played very well lately.
No,
he's been struggling.
It's okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
His putting game hasn't been as strong as it should be, and his irons this year haven't been as strong as they should be. So, but still always a good pick there.
So my team is done. Ryan, you wrap up your team here with another H, right? Another H.
No, not another H.
Oh.
Again, another guy that is starting to really come alive, and he was dancing pretty close with Mr. Scheffler at the last major. I really like how he plays. He fell apart a little bit on the Sunday, but I still think that this guy's iron play is going to really help him out at Augusta National. I love, from South Africa, Louis Oosthuizen.
You know what? Great pick. Another live player, right? Has always played well there. Made a 2 at the second hole a few years ago. I love Louis. I love his golf swing and everything. I love his demeanor. You look at Louis when he's playing, and you never know whether he's shooting 75 or 65.
That's right.
I like that. I like Louis. I love his golf swing.
Doig, close us out.
So Doig, and I just want to mention that Sandy Lyle is still available.
and you know what? It's his last event that he's ever going to play in.
Yeah.
And wouldn't that be quite a story? We'd be making a movie about that afterwards.
Yes.
Right? And hit one of the greatest iron shots, 7-iron out of the fairway bunker on 18 and all of golf and then to win the Masters that year. And on top of all of that, he's a great guy. A really, really good guy. It's a lot of fun. But I'm not going to go with him.
Okay.
Just so you know.
Okay.
All right, so I've got it down to I've got a couple here, and there's some really good players on the board, right? Like you've still got Xander Schauffele, you've still got Dustin Johnson, you still have Tony Finau, Jason Day, you've got
There's
Jordan
a lot of guys
Spieth,
there. Yeah,
you got Jordan Spieth,
Justin Thomas. They're all out there still.
Justin Thomas, exactly. They're all still out there, and you know
Victor
what?
Hovland is still out there.
With this one, so
Patrick Cantlay out there.
Yeah, exactly, right?
Yeah, Will Zalatoris is out there.
I just have a funny feeling.
Whiskey Mitts,
feeling about this.
Okay, pick it.
JT, Justin Thomas.
Oh,
He's
went
to get it done.
Okay.
He's going to get it done.
Okay.
Now, you talk about a guy who can get pretty pouty. JT can get pretty pouty out there.
That he can.
Him and Victor Hovland might be having, or Tyrrell Hatton, pardon me, they might be having a frown off together on Saturday if things aren't going well. But when he's dialed in, if he's dialed in, there are few guys on earth better on, especially a back nine, than JT. If he's dialed, he is as dangerous as anybody. That's a hell of a
he'll be good.
pick, Doigie.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I think he'll be good. And you know what? If he gets his putter going hot for the week, early in the week, he could be unstoppable. He just drives it so good. And again, his wedge game is extremely good. And so I just, you know what? And I think he's due to win another major. I think he's right there. And he's been playing okay, but he's ready to break out. I think this is the time.
Okay.
Yeah.
Am I the only guy? And I'm the only guy. Am I the only guy without a live player on his team?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think you might be. Yeah. You
For
are
such a supporter of live, I'm surprised.
Well,
Yeah.
I am.
I know you are.
Just I don't think they've been playing enough. So that's what
Yeah.
concerns me. They're not tournament ready. They're not ready to go play Augusta.
Yeah.
Nobody wanted to take the ultimate risk and take our buddy Patrick Cheater Reed.
Well,
Nobody wanted to take Patrick Chili Dip Reed. Nobody wanted to take him.
no.
Right. And which is crazy because he might be the one guy from Live that has the biggest chip on his shoulder and wants to come in and just prove to everybody that Live is the next greatest golf thing. And he may play well just because of that.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, when he has a chip on his shoulders, typically when he's played really well over his career, and boy, he's been getting chirped pretty hard by some significant golfers. And I would be surprised if he showed up with, a little something in his back pocket. Who knows? It could be a violation. It could be a good golf shot. Who knows? You never know what you're going to get with old Chili Dip. You never know.
Doigie, how do you think they'll be received? How do you think they'll be received? Fans.
You know what? I think this whole animosity thing is media driven.
Yeah.
And it might be media driven, come from the hierarchy of the PGA Tour. But as players, look at, I just was talking to somebody yesterday, and a couple of the guys from Live and a couple of the guys from PGA Tour went up and played practice rounds together last week at Augusta. There's not going to be any animosity. First of all, they're professionals. Mm-hmm. Secondly, they understand that the hierarchy at Augusta National can do whatever they want. And if they start acting up and there's a little pouting going on or a little fracas in the locker room, the Fred Ridley and the guys at Augusta National are just going to ask them to leave and never come back. And so these players aren't dumb enough that they're going to jeopardize that. Like the Live players have to make sure that nothing happens this year so that they get invited back again next year.
Right.
Right. So there's going to be nothing. I mean, the dinner's going to be fine. It's going to be fine. Now, some of the spectators, I don't think they'll do anything either because, I mean, you don't even run at Augusta, right? Like you walk at Augusta. You don't run from hole to hole. You walk.
Is that a rule? Polite. Like you can't?
That's a rule. You can't run.
Really?
If you start running, somebody will come and tell you. And the spectators are so well informed and understanding and polite at Augusta. When you arrive in the morning, like say you have a chair with you and you walk out to the 11th green and put your chair down behind the 12th tee so that you can watch 11 green and 12 tee and 13 tee.
Yeah.
Your chair will sit there empty until you come back and decide to sit in it 4 hours later.
Really?
So I don't see anybody booing or heckling the Live players because, Augusta National's on top of everything and they're not going to let that happen. And the spectators they're traditionalists and they love the sport and they love Augusta National. So to me, it's a non-starter. It's a non-starter.
I agree.
So,
everybody will be
unless Patrick Reed wins.
Exactly.
If Chili Dip wins, there'll be a couple chirps from the gallery, no doubt about it. Absolutely. Before we let you go, Doigie, and get back on the road to your fun trip here, you're upset again at your Maple Leafs.
No, we're not talking about the Leafs.
So upset?
No, we're not.
Why are you so upset?
No.
Well, I'm upset because here, as a diehard Leaf fan, I want them to win the Stanley Cup. I believe that they have the players that can do that. I kind of laugh when I start to hear the experts talk and maybe not experts in the newspapers and on social media talk about how bad our goaltending is. Our goaltending's been fine. I have no problem with either one of our goaltenders. And even our third line guy, Wall, I have no problem with him being in the net. We can win with any one of those goaltenders. What we can't win with is this lackadaisical type of play. In 20 losses this year, 13 of them are to teams that are outside of the playoffs.
They won't be playing. They won't be playing them.
I understand that, but you don't see Boston Bruins doing that.
Oh no, they didn't. They didn't lose to Nash. They didn't lose to Nashville yesterday. No.
Okay, once or twice a year, I have no problem with. But 13 out of 19 losses. Okay. Come on. Anyway,
okay. I
want them to play better.
I know one thing, Ryan. After spending the weekend with Ian and Chuggy, there's one true Leaf fan in that car right now.
Okay.
And she knows who she is.
She's jumping up and down.
Yeah.
Well, you know what? You're right. I didn't watch much of the game the other night. It was a bit of
Chuggy and I were watching it.
You guys were watching and all that. But you know why I didn't watch it? Because I thought it was more important to spend time chatting and talking with my childhood friend who I hadn't seen in 43 years. And we basically sat through the whole hockey game at the kitchen table chatting and it was great to see her. So,
Ryan, it's wild. This childhood friend that Ian knows lives 2 houses away from Sue.
There you go.
Isn't that wild?
Small world.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, it was a fun night. So it was good.
Yeah, it was a good time. So, very good. So
there you go. Well, you know what? It's going to be even more fun when I win the Masters draft. I'm very confident that I'm going to take this one from you guys. Good luck with Rory. I like that for you, Doigie. We'll see how it all shakes out, my friend. Enjoy your trip.
Will do, and keep in touch. And you're more than welcome to call me and have me back on. After the Masters or even next weekend if you need to fill the spot. So
okay, just before you close, I'll take Jordan Spieth, Patrick Cantley,
she's picking
Xander
all the garbage.
Shoffley, and Dustin Johnson.
Wow. Okay.
Say that again. Jordan Spieth.
A late entry.
I got Jordan. Yeah, you know what? I'm just looking here and I'm going, why wouldn't I? Jordan Spieth, Patrick Cantley, Xander Shoffley, and Dustin Johnson.
Okay.
Spieth, Cantley.
Is that it? Did we only do 4?
and DJ? Yep, that's it.
Yeah. That's a pretty strong team.
She's in.
Shoffley and DJ
for the crumbs.
I like it. No, that's not crumbs because there's so many good players left still. I like it. A late entry. I think. Yeah,
late entry. Just swoops in at the last one.
Yeah.
Chuggy's gonna win now.
Yeah, Chuggy will win.
She's gonna win.
Guaranteed.
Yeah.
All right. We'll talk to you in Florida then the week after the Masters, and we'll recap. Okay?
Okay. Sounds great.
Sounds good.
Have a good weekend and all that, guys, and we'll talk to you soon.
Drive safe.
Will do, Doigie. All right. We'll take a quick break. When we come back, Jason Brooks, longtime junior coach in the OHL, GOJHL, he's going to join us to chat about those Maple Leafs next here on Instigating. Welcome back to Instigating with Clarkey and Drury. Thanks to our buddy Ian Doig of the Ian Doig Golf Academy for joining us to preview next week's Masters tournament, make some Masters picks. We're excited.
He's off the bandwagon too. He's off the. No, he's not invited to the parade. He's not invited to the parade.
Don't do that. Told him listen.
No.
Listen.
If you get off, you're not coming back.
Well, listen. We're excited because there's one guy who's definitely not off the bandwagon of the Maple Leafs, and he joins us now. Our buddy Jason Brooks, longtime junior hockey coach and Leafs aficionado. This guy knows what's going on. Brooksy, how you doing, brother?
I'm good. I'm not sure I was on the bandwagon to begin with, though. So let's back this up.
Come on now.
True fans don't go on and off a bandwagon. They're just true fans.
That's fair.
Exactly.
You're in there. You're not driving the bus, but you're in about the middle seat. You're involved.
Yeah. Like you don't say, "Okay, I'm done cheering for this team. I'm going to cheer for another team." You've never said that, so we're good.
No,
exactly.
I didn't do that. Fair ball.
So is this team ready? Are they playing well? Are they ready to go in the battles in the playoffs?
Well, I like what they've done personally.
Yeah.
I mean, I think Mr. Dubas did a great job of getting pieces in to make them better. You know, are they ready to take a run? I guess if there was a year, this is the year. I mean, obviously, Ryan O'Reilly getting healthy will make you that much stronger, give you that much more depth. I'm still not sold on the defense though, Clarkey. And I'm not sure in net. Like I mean, Samsonov has played very well for them. Matt Murray still is an enigma, if you ask me. Maybe we get lucky and Joseph Wall becomes the next Ken Dryden, Patrick Waugh type figure that comes in and plays amazing, and they go with him. But like I said at the beginning, Kyle Dubas, you know, I've had my comments about him on your show in the past, and I think he did a heck of a job. Like, I mean, whether he's in his last year or not, he's given them every opportunity to be successful. So good on him.
It's strictly on the player's shoulders now, right?
Yeah, you know what, Brooksy, we've asked people. I'm interested your thoughts on this. I agree with you. Do you think that barring whatever happens in the playoffs, that this should not be his last year because of what he's done? Should they extend him?
You know what? I don't know. It's so hard to say that because, I mean, as I said to you last year, I thought they should have changed the staff. I mean, it was kind of like Groundhog Day. You just kind of keep going over and saying, you're going to win with this core. You're going to win with this core. They keep giving them opportunities. But at the end of the day, his back's against the wall with no contract. And he didn't leave really any stone unturned. They've still got the wild card in that Matthew Nyes playing in Minnesota that, you know, who knows what he's like if he comes in and provides them a top 6 winger that they slot in there again, gives them more depth up front, which, you know, is what they want, what they need.
Yeah. And we don't know what's going on behind the scenes. We don't know how much influence ownership has had. We don't know how much influence Brendan Shanahan has had. You know as well as I do, there's obviously influences from above where we don't know what Dubas has had to put up with all these years. Maybe they've said, no, you can't trade any of those 4 guys who sell the most jerseys. We don't know, right?
Yeah, no, and that's fair. That's absolutely fair. I have to believe, though, that they being the Leaf organization, especially the owners and Shanahan, they've given a pretty long rope to Kyle. Like, they don't have many first-round picks left in the tank. He was able to make these transactions without moving a whole lot of prospects, which was positive. I think if he had come to the owners and said, look, I can trade Matthew Nyes for Patrick Kane, I'm sure they probably would have said, go for it. I mean, at the end of the day, they want to win a Stanley Cup right now as much as anybody. But again, to your point, Clarkey, though, you're right. Who knows? Maybe Shanny's saying, you know, you're safe, you're fine, make all the moves. We don't need draft picks for the next 25 years because
we got to win
now. Yeah, we got to win right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's hard to say. And you're right, Clarkey. Like, that's true of any team really in any sport. We don't know. We're not in the boardrooms. We don't know what ownership might be saying, or the VP of hockey ops, or Brendan Shanahan, any of those guys. I mean, there's a lot of people involved with running a hockey team. It is unfair in many circumstances that a lot of it ends up falling on the general manager. There's a scouting staff, there's a pro scouting staff, there's a lot that goes into it. I want to dig into some of the guys on the team, though, and just your opinion of them, because we talked a lot about these guys last year, Brooksy. Let's start with Mitch Marner, who Clarkey likes to affectionately or somewhat not affectionately refer to as Mr. Fancy Pants. Fancy Pants has been your best player this year. I mean, he has legitimately been. Yep. I don't even know who else is. I don't even know who else is close. Like, Matthews is having a quote unquote down year. He's going to score 40 goals, but he has been unbelievable. What's your opinion of Mitch, and have you seen his game evolve at all to another level?
I'm not going to say it's evolved. I think Mitch Marner has always been that quote unquote fancy pants that Clarkey calls him. He's uber talented. He makes unbelievable plays. I think, you know, defensively, especially on the penalty kill, I would say, you know, we saw snippets of that when he was in his earlier years, you know, and it's evolved to where he might be their best penalty killer. The part with Mitch Marner that I want to see evolve, if this Leaf team is going to have success, is every play doesn't have to be a home run. Sometimes you have to make a play, especially in the playoffs, to live to see another day. And you don't have to force a pass or force a great play all the time. And even in last night's game, and I didn't watch the whole game, but the part I did watch, you know, against Florida, he had a play on the wall and he kind of throws his backhand no looker that goes the other way for an almost breakaway. And you're like, that you don't need that. That's still my concern with a guy like Marner. It's not that he's not unbelievable. It's just, can he clean up those high risk, high turnovers, you know, at the right time?
Do you think, or would you, if you were coaching this guy, tell him to stop calling penalties as well? Like, that drives me nuts. Like, I'm being a little facetious, but if he sees something on the ice, he's like putting his hand up like, ref, that's a penalty. That's a penalty. Like, would that bug you as a coach?
Yeah, well, it definitely did. Especially when I was coaching junior, like you just want them to focus on playing the game. And
exactly.
I mean, I get that he's in the game. I get that he's very involved and he understands the game extremely well. I mean, again, he is a super elite player, super elite talent. But yeah, I think sometimes referees look at that and say, "Hey, just focus on your job, buddy." Yeah, like I'll do mine. So
yeah, exactly. Matthews has caught fire though, right? Like he's like all of a sudden, like finally. In the last. Yeah, but I always wonder if he's been hurt a lot this year.
Well, he has. He talked recently about the hand. The hand is bugging him again.
And it must be better, though.
Well, yeah. I mean, he's clearly feeling a lot better lately. I mean, he's got a lot of goals recently. What's he up to? 37 now? He's still behind Ovechkin, but he's got 37
shots the other
now.
Day?
Yeah, 50. Yeah, clearly game. He's the good thing for you guys, I think, maybe, is that he is starting to feel healthier and get hotter at a good time of year. But that being said, Brooksy, he's not going to score 60 again, but that really ultimately doesn't matter if they at least win around and have some success. And you can't fault the way that he's played around the rest of the ice surface. He has been really, I think he has gone to another level. He was already good defensively, Brooksy, but I think he's gone to another level defensively where like he could win a Selke someday. I really do think that.
I don't disagree. I think, defensively down low, he's become one of the game's best two-way centermen that just possesses an Ovechkin-esque shot, right? Like, I mean, he's just that dangerous offensively, but defensively, like, you could match him up against teams' top-line centers and not be worried about him defending, not being worried about that matchup anymore, where you used to be like, oh, geez, I don't know if I want him out against, those top end guys. Like, I don't know if I want him going head to head with Braden Point in Tampa. Well, now I'm kind of like, yeah, go ahead. Like, I think he's going to do a good job on him, especially now knowing we've got Ryan O'Reilly sitting there. You've still got, Tavares, who's had a pretty strong year offensively. And then you come back with O'Reilly at center. Like, that's depth down the middle again that you had kind of going back to when Kadri was here, right? Only you've got a really ultimate 200-foot player in Ryan O'Reilly that can score and can defend. And then you got Tavares, who I think has done a pretty good job again this year of scoring again, but also defending.
Yeah, I agree. What about the other guy that gets talked about an awful lot, and there were plenty of people complaining about him last year, old Wild Bill Nylander? He has, I think, probably of the three of those guys, because Tavares, you just know what you're getting with that guy. Like, I can't ever complain about the effort level that Tavares puts out there, and he's the captain for a reason. But of the young guys, Nylander's the guy that gets bagged on more than anybody, particularly after last year and maybe even the year before. He, I think, has had the most marked noticeable improvement in terms of effort level. There's still some times out there where you can see that you'd want a little more out of him, but I think overall his effort level consistency has really, really improved for the most part, in my opinion. What's your opinion there, Brooksy?
Yeah, I agree with you 100%. I think his compete level has gone way up, which is what I think the concern has been with William Nylander for a number of years, right? Like, I don't think anybody questioned the skill. I don't think anybody's ever questioned the offensive ability that he possesses, but it was the give a crap meter that was always in question. And
literally the same as his dad, Brooksy. Like, think back to when Micah was playing, like literally the exact same story. Uber talented, get you 45, 50 assists a year, like good penalty killer, but man, he left you wanting more. But William seems to really be,
and I think he's put his head down and driven to the net more this year than he's done in his whole career combined.
He's dropping his shoulder, man.
He used to stop on the boards, curl around, and look for a pass. Now he's going to the net.
Yeah,
I agree, guys. But again, we talked about Marner at the beginning. What things do you want to see improve into the playoffs? I would say the same for Nylander is, bring that into the playoffs. Like right now, I think he's going through the lull where it's kind of going the other way. And again, he's the target of, is he working? Is he whatever? Like, I mean, the overtime goal last night, tries to make that extra move in the slot on the D, turns it over 2-on-1 the other way. And again, I know it's overtime. I know it's, 50-50 time kind of thing, right? Like the Leafs don't need to win it necessarily. They got their point. It'd be nice to win, but it's still those little detailing moments, right? Like he has success against Minnesota where he picked that guy's pocket, scores the beauty OT winner. Last night he doesn't, and it's, I don't know, just one of those 50-50s. And what are you going to get in the playoffs from him?
Yeah,
absolutely. Brooksy, when you won 2 Cherry Cups and a Sutherland Cup with the Listowel Cyclones, I would say that, and the numbers would bear it out, your special teams both those years, particularly the Sutherland year, were head and shoulders above literally every other team in the entirety of that league. Like your power play was absolutely sickening, and your penalty kill was as suffocating as I've ever seen at that junior B level. You've coached some really great players at all the levels that you've been involved with. What is your impression right now of where the Leafs special teams sit? Because as we know, it's an old cliche, your special teams can really do an awful lot for you, really in any game, but the playoffs in particular. What's your opinion? And are there any things that you see on either of those units that you would like to see them tweak a little bit?
Well, I'm always going to be interested on the power play. One, their breakout. I mean, I think for the last how many years, I think we've done this show after the playoffs. They don't make adjustments on their breakout. They don't make adjustments on their breakout. And we know teams make adjustments, right? Like during the regular season, nobody really makes those adjustments or subtle adjustments. But in the playoffs, especially when Montreal played, if you remember them standing them up at the blue line, they wouldn't let them carry it in under pressure or under control, and they were not willing to dump a puck in. So are they going to be willing to dump it in if they need to and go after it? Is one thing I would say on special teams. But the other one, the wild card, is Morgan Riley on the top unit. I mean, he does not possess that scary shot to keep the other guys' options, more open, because he's not as dangerous up top as, some of the other elite defensemen, the quarterback of power play. I mean, they've got enough pieces around. You could go 5 forwards even, but I know that's still kind of nerve wracking for them as well. But I would say that's an interesting one still for me is Morgan Riley. And then the second unit, I think again, it's just a matter of getting healthy, right? And where do you put like Ryan O'Reilly on that unit, or do you slide him into the top unit because he's a guy that could go in there, right? Do you use what's the guy's name they got from Washington? Gustafson. Like, do you throw him on and run the top and let him be, more of the guy? Like, I mean, if they choose to go 11-7 and let him be the extra D, use him on the power play and let them run him up top. Like, I don't know. I mean, you would think with Marner and Matthews, Tavares around the net, Nylander, I mean, those are pretty dangerous names that should be able to create something, but there's still that wild card, I think, with Riley up top.
When I'm watching, and I mean, I know the Leafs have a pretty good power play, but when I'm watching and knowing how much depth they have on their offensive side of things, I'm saying, like, why don't they use their regular lines on a power play? And then you would have 2 really good units, because to me that second unit now is not very strong. When Ryan O'Reilly gets back, it will be stronger for sure. But what's the philosophy of a coach for going and piling up one line instead of having that nice balance?
I think when you're looking from Sheldon Keefe's perspective, and he's trying to find minutes for his big guys, right? And it's easy when he's looking at the weapon of Matthews and get that shot off from anywhere. They're going to try to find him with whoever. Same with Marner. Marner, he's going to find somebody open. He's going to, make a good play, I guess, right? Like, quote unquote, a good play, but he's going to find somebody. I think that's why he does it, is he's trying to get ice and give them that minute and a half, if he can say that, right, to create. And in saying that, though, Clarkey, I don't disagree with you. They would definitely have balance with 2 units if they chose to use 2 units. But again, the biggest weakness of their 2 units falls back on the back end.
Yep.
And it doesn't really matter who that like who would have who? You know what I mean? Like you could say Riley goes to one, Gustafson goes to the other, but then how do you piece around the other guys, right?
The fifth guy, yeah.
Right,
yeah, for sure.
I think that's where part of that dilemma comes for sure.
And lately, Sheldon's been he's been going 11-7 instead of 12-6. What do you think about that?
Again, I'm torn. Like there was a time when Leaf fans were clamoring for the top guys to play more, and I think that was when Babcock coached. But right, they were saying, well, we got to find more minutes. We got to find more minutes. Well, when you run 11 forwards, you have to get those big guys on the ice. The downside is though, you're one injury away from 3 lines and 1 extra guy, right? That's always the fear factor. I can see in the playoffs them running 12-6, 4 lines, full lines. But again, as we were talking, what's your concern about this team? Still the back end. Like, what are the deep pairs going to be? And if you're going to go with 6, what's your best 6, right?
Tell me, who do you think's the best 6?
Any like 6 that doesn't involve Justin Hall.
Well,
have you been talking to my kids? Because they tell you that.
Well, I agree with you. Like, I think Luke Schenn has stepped in, and I think Luke Schenn's way better than I thought he was at this age when he's come over. Because we talked about it, Ryan. I didn't think he was. But he's big and strong, and he's got to be a force. And the other guys have their head up a little bit more when he's on the ice. And I think he's better than Justin Hall. And Liljegren's been a little bit, wonky lately. But yeah, I would think that Schenn's over Hall.
I agree with you. I think Schenn's over Hall too. I like McCabe. Like I wasn't sold on him.
That nasty side.
He does have a nasty side, and he moves well. Very physical, and I liked him paired with Brody. I think that's a really solid mobile. Could potentially be a good shutdown pair.
I don't know what it is with Hall. I don't understand it.
I'll tell you exactly what it is. It's that he tries to make the right play, but it's like he's constantly overthinking what he should do next.
But
and
what
he lets guys get right through him into the danger zone.
But what I mean, Ryan, what I mean is I don't get it from why is he still playing? Why is he playing ahead of these guys? That's what I don't get.
I think that because they brought so many, they bring in 3 new defensemen. I think that because they did that, Sheldon is trying to run the 70 to see, who's really the odd man or 2 out here? Who's the one? And I think based on the way that they've been playing lately, it's Hall and Gustafson, because Gustafson is a guy that he is a blue line in specialist. He's not a good defender. I'd actually venture to say, and trust me saying this as a Caps fan, I'd actually venture to say he's a worse defender than Justin Hall is, if you can imagine that. But what he's better at than Justin Hall is passing the puck and setting guys up right in their wheelhouse. The Caps had him up there for a while when John Carlson was hurt, playing with Ovi, and he got plenty of assists on that power play. That's what he's useful for. But over 60 minutes, I don't know that him being able to make a pretty pass is necessarily worth risking having him on the ice very often in your own end. So I think that that's the philosophy right now between the 11-7 thing is who's really my core guys that I want to run game 1 and hopefully not have to change too much barring an injury. I guess that would be my take on it. I don't know what you think of that, Brooksy, but
I was going to deflect to Clarkey and kind of get his opinion because I'm not a Hall fan. As a Leaf fan either. So
he makes it hard to be a fan of him, Brooksy. Like, you just see guys float through him like he's a ghostly apparition. Every time he's on for a goal against, it's like, how come he didn't tie that guy up?
I know. I don't get it. That's what I don't get. I just don't get it.
He's
here's what I'm worried about. I'm
wand waving.
I'm sort of convincing myself that opening game 1 in the playoffs against Tampa, Justin Hall will be back there. And I will just shake my head.
But then that's where I come to you and say, which you're probably right, but what are your pairs? Like if you're not Justin 7, what are your pairs? Like if you're going to go McCabe and Brody, as we talked about, and you got Giordano with Liljegren, if Liljegren's in.
Yeah.
Right? And then
Riley and Shen.
Shen plays with Riley, but then
Mhm.
Hall's in over Lilligren, then playing with Giordano.
Maybe, and I don't know.
That's where he would fit, right?
They got lots of depth. They just don't have that real good, solid six that we can count upon every game, right?
Not right now.
I think those guys will come in and out. I really do.
Yeah.
The Lilligren, the Gustafson, Hall, and Shen. I think those guys will come in and out.
But, depending on health, right, will be part of it.
Yeah. And it could even, it honestly could even come down to something as simple as home ice and controlling the matchups. Like being able to say, okay, we've got an offensive zone draw coming out and that at home. And that's a night where Gustafson's in because you can throw him out there constantly in the offensive zone. And same philosophy with Hall, right? It could be something literally as simple as that. Who knows? But it'll be interesting.
I think part of it though, too, fellas, and this goes back to our forward discussion, is who's healthy up front. Like if you've got a healthy forward crew, you might go 11-7 just because of what you're saying on the back end, the uncertainty. You bring in, O'Reilly back to your lineup, Achari or however you say his name into that lineup, and you run your 11 and say, you know what, boys, skate, go, right? We can tinker back here all we want on the back end just to survive, but you guys up front, like, let the ponies out and let them go.
And as you mentioned, like Matthew Nyes, he's such a wild card. We have no idea how good this guy's going to be. We don't know. He could come out and be, holy crap, this guy's way better than we thought. He's got a couple of games left at the Frozen Four, and we'll see what happens. And then I'm sure they'll try to sign him. Hopefully they can, and he'll be here. So, exciting times.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I got one more I want to ask you before we let you go, Brooksy. We always appreciate your insight from a coach's perspective. I think we're getting near a point now where power play wise, I'd like to see them. We talked about this last year too. I'd like to see him develop more of a one-timer and the team adjust to him being able to one-time the puck. Matthews, it's hard to compare because Matthews is the center and he's got more defensive responsibility, and by that virtue gets more ice time. But Ovi's out there generally for 2 minutes. When it's, I think he's such a lethal shooter. Pasternak, McDavid, Ovi. I think Matthews is in that rare category where he just needs to be out there for a minute 45, if not the full 2. I just think that, and maybe on where he is on the top unit, they've got him on his strong side, not taking one-timers. Maybe when the first unit's out there, he's there. And when the second unit comes out, he shifts over and is ready for a one-timer. You literally have 2 different units and your best scorer out there getting 2 different looks. I just think I would try doing that. I think he's that lethal of a player that I would want him with a man advantage, if not a 2-man advantage. I would want him out there as much as humanly possible. I don't know what your thoughts are.
No, I think that's brilliant. You should be coaching.
Well, that's
Lord help us.
But I honestly, Ryan, I really truly agree with you. Like, and whether I would do exactly what you're saying and put him in the Ovi spot. I mean, we've seen at times he gets into that spot, he lets it go, and he can rip her home. But the beauty about Matthews in that power play, whether it's being out with the top unit, starting on his forehand side, like that flank side, or even sliding up into the middle, like him and O'Reilly switching off and O'Reilly moving around. Like last night, I don't know if you guys noticed on the power play, Riley ends up below the goal line, and he's below the goal line playing catch with, it might have been Nylander below, and they tried to hit Tavares in the slot, like off of a box and one below the line. And I think any movement like that creates so much indecision to the penalty kill, right? You do all your pre-scouting on these teams and you think you got them figured out, and they throw wrinkles at you and you're like, well, I wasn't anticipating that, right? Like, I mean, you talk, I know, Ryan, you talk so much about Ovechkin, and a lot of teams will cheat to him. They'll cheat to him, and he still gets it off because he's got such an unbelievable shot and it's worked for him for so long. But what makes them which made him so dangerous was the fact that you had Backstrom on the other flank who could score, and you had John Carlson sitting up top. And we talked about Riley's lack of that shot. Well, Carlson has that shot. And I'm going to defend Ovechkin. Even though we know he's standing over there. And then Carlson comes down the pipe and rips one. Well, then somebody cheats to him. Well, then he hits Backstrom. Well, Backstrom, everybody thinks is going to pass it and he can finish it. Or he throws it into the bumper to Oshie, right? Like, you forget about all those other guys, and then somebody cheats to him or to one of the other guys. Now we get it back to Ovi and he don't miss. Well, in Toronto, moving Matthews around into that, I think, is the only way around getting away from that pre-scout idea that says he's stuck in that one spot. We got to, right now, he comes off that flank and you can see teams overcommitting to him, right? He doesn't get to walk into that snap or toe drag release and unload it, right? Like, he's usually kicking it back or hitting Morgan Riley up top, and then they're trying to find Nylander or Mitchie on the other side, right? So,
yeah, I don't know. I just think it's something that they could try, and I don't know. I'll take your coaching endorsement though. I'll start sending resumes around. I got to say though, I kind of prefer doing the play-by-play. I don't know if I could be behind a bench, my friend.
Oh, yeah. Well, I think you do an unreal job of the play-by-play, but it's those little decisions that you're talking about that I think all coaches, runs through their mind. How can we? How can we maximize, like I said, even their top talent? Why do we have all these guys on the one unit? Well, how am I going to get them out there to maximize the best players that I got to give us the best chance to win? And, your idea does make a lot of sense.
No, it's something to think about. Maybe I'll consider a third career. You never know. Brooksy, we always appreciate your thoughts, my friend. Enjoy the end of the hockey season here. Playoffs right around the corner. We always appreciate your time, my friend. Thanks for doing this.
Thanks for having me on, guys. Thank you very much.
All right, we'll take another quick break, and Clarkey and I will come back and wrap up what's been a fun show this week here on Instigating. Back to wrap things up here on Instigating with Clarkey and Drury. Ryan Drury back here with Chris Clark. Thanks to our guest, Ian Doig. Yes, back from the Dominican.
Right. Yeah.
And Jason Brooks, of course, for joining us in the last segment. Yes, I was in the Dominican. My little brother got married. Very excited. Nice. Lots of photos. Producer Adam's got one to throw up. Obviously, I'm very excited. My new sister-in-law, Amanda. There they are, the Drurys. My brother Austin, I call him Roy. That's his nickname.
What?
So
Why?
It's too long to explain.
Okay.
Kate posted my speech on Facebook. You can go there for the info. I'll give you the full breakdown. But there's Roy and Amanda. Very exciting down in the Dominican. Nice. It was beautiful. It was a lot of fun. Obviously, now quickly, this is my first show back. Obviously, our friends at CoolBet, they believed in this show. They sponsored this show right out of the get-go. Unfortunately, they're pulling out of the Ontario market. Many users will know that already. I just want to say thanks to everybody over there, starting with Chris Abbott, who started our relationship with them. Pat Gregoire, of course, our buddy Jake Bullen-Moss. They're still going to be active in Canada and other provinces. Sad to see them go, but I just want to say thanks to them for believing in this show. It's incredible. You know who else still believes in this show, though? Not that they don't. It's not in their control. Our friends at Larry Hudson Chevrolet Buick GMC, and of course, Al at the Listowel Squash Courts. Clarkey, lots going on still. I see a lot of trucks over there.
There are lots of trucks, but you know what else?
A lot of trucks.
We have something that you would be thrilled with. We have a great Corvette over there.
Oh,
so if you're looking for a red
Corvette,
no, it's a little bright yellow Corvette, but it's cool. So, it's really cool.
I can't play the Prince song when I drive away with it.
No, you couldn't do that, but it is really cool. If someone's looking for a Corvette with like 12,000 kilometers on it, like it is mint condition. So it's available. Lots of trucks, as you mentioned, lots of trucks for sure. But that Corvette, I actually drove it around the lot the other day, and it's a nice little car.
It's a unit.
Obviously I can't afford the Corvette, but there's people out there who probably are looking for a Corvette, and this is a 2021 Stingray, and it is unbelievable.
I'll tell you what, if there's someone out there watching who wants to be our new key sponsor, maybe you could afford that new Corvette.
That's right. You could buy the Corvette and sponsor the show, right?
Right? Absolutely.
Yeah, but it is really nice. It's on the lot, so it's the best deal in Canada on a used Corvette. So come on down and take a look if you're looking for a used one. And
rock and roll.
Listowel Squash Courts. We're in the playoff. We're about to hit the playoffs. We got to get Al on next week because playoffs have begun. I've moved my way back up. Al dropped me. We had a big thing. He dropped me down because I hadn't played because I've been nursing an injury. I sent him a doctor's note. He didn't care about the doctor's note. He said, nope, you haven't played in 3 weeks. You're dropping. So he dropped me to 16th. I made it back up to 6th. So we're good to go. Playoffs start next week. And last night, on Wednesday night, as we record this Thursday, myself and Mike Benjamins, who was on the show when we did the show at the court, Bill Watson, Rob Annis, and Jim Chapman all went down to Toronto as there was an international women's Canadian Open of squash going on right downtown at the Brookfield Place. And the setup was unbelievable. And there it is. There's the ceiling of the Brookfield Place, and there's the court. So they travel with this court. It's glass. It's completely glass. Now, a couple players playing there. Number 1 seed in the white and the purple is kind of hard to see, but she was number 3 seed. But they're sisters, which was kind of cool.
Okay.
But the number 1 seed won, and there's just a static shot of the court. So it's all glass. They take it up, put it down. They've had this court at the pyramids in Egypt. They've played outside there. So it's kind of cool. Yeah, it's really cool.
Hey.
And it was fun to watch. Like, what a competitive sport and competitive game. And the winner of that first match that we saw of the sisters, the older one won. And I'd never heard a more open and honest interview on the court afterwards. And she says, I wanted to show her who is number 1 and who's the beast in this family. And she might beat me one day. I might be retired by the time she beats me, but I keep beating her. She comes close a couple of times, but I beat her. And it was like, wow. And like the poor sister was walked away. Like she didn't get in there. Like she was not happy.
A little upset.
Sister. But it was fun. It was fun to watch, and it was a good time. Right down Brookfield Place, just right on Front Street there. So it was good.
Incredible stuff. Well, hey, if you want to get involved in a rivalry like that with a sibling or a coworker or a friend, hit up our friend Al at the Listowel Squash Courts. They're on Facebook. They got a website, easy to register, easy to book times. Head over there, and if you want that little yellow Corvette, go see my friend Clarkey over at Larry Hudson's here in beautiful Listowel, Ontario. That's a wrap on the show, brother. It was fun to be back. Remember, you guys can watch this show Friday nights at 8, Sunday nights at 9 with our friends on Whiteman TV. That's channel 6 for Whiteman subscribers. We debut on our YouTube channel Friday nights at 9 p.m. Follow us on social media at Instigating Pod. Thanks again to our great guests, Ian Doig and Jason Brooks. Clarkey, it's good to be back. I'm going to nurse my tan.
Yeah, for sure. It's good.
We will be back next week with more Instigating. Go Blue Jays!